I'm Mary Trimble here with your readings for the week of May the 14th through May the 20th. And what a huge energy shift we're going to feel this week. I'm like tongue twisted. Okay, first of all, if you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and if you've been here before, welcome back, and thank you so much for coming back. Last week was amazing, all the comments. I will say that after Saturday I won't be able to respond to the angel numbers. It's been work all week, but well worth it. It was lovely. Some of the comments were just heartwarming, so thank you so much for that. So please don't forget to like my videos and share them on your social media, because YouTube doesn't promote them like they used to. So it's really helpful if you would do that, and comment, as I said, and subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you, all of you new subscribers, and I hope that you enjoy yourself coming back. Now, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to pick someone who is subscribed to me publicly and who comments and likes my video. I'm going to pick someone at random and I'm going to give them a free reading this week. So please just make, and you can cross, each time you comment, you're going to get an extra, I'm going to draw the name out of a bag, so you'll get the extra name put in, and that will happen in 2 weeks time when I'm on location in Chicago, because I'm going to the largest astrology convention in the Western Hemisphere, so I shall be attending that for a week, and I'll pull that live from there, which will be apropos. Now, so please, the last time I did this, some people just said, one word. You've got to have, I want to know that you've watched this video all the way through, or any video all the way through, and I want you to comment on what it's meant to you. So it's going to be the most poignant comments that will be picked to put in the basket, in the bag. So that's exciting. Anyway, a little bit about the astrology before I go into the readings. And of course, the huge news is Uranus is moving into Taurus on the 15th. And at the same time, Mars is moving into Aquarius. And not only that, we have the new moon in Taurus. Now, first of all, I mentioned this last week. Uranus has an 84-year elliptical cycle, right? So it's not been in Taurus since, well, it was in Taurus 1934 to 1941, turbulent times, right? World War II happened during that time. So now it's going in on the 15th, it's moving. Now, Uranus is this planet of surprises and sudden happenings, and it's kind of like lightning, right? And Taurus is very grounded, so it's being pulled down, right? It's being kind of restricted in a way. So it's not very comfortable, but it's going to have kind of, it's the planet of eruptions, we can have, a lot of astrologers are saying that it could, we could have, earthquakes, anything kind of, anything to do with the earth. We could have, some shocking happenings around the planet. So that could happen. Now, this is what I think with this energy coming in. I think we're all going to kind of feel it in different ways. I think those of you with fixed signs, such as Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Come back to me, brain. Oh my goodness. Scorpio, of course. Oh my goodness. So you are really going to kind of feel it. You're going to feel that shift. And for some of it really depends on where Uranus is, where it is in your natal chart as to how it's going to affect you in, you know, in which house. Now, what I will say that there are a lot of planets in Earth signs at this time, at the time of this new moon. You've got the sun and the moon, which are always together in the same sign when it's a new moon, right? You've got the sun, the moon, Mercury in Taurus. Then we have Mars, Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, although Mars will be leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. It's in the last degrees and then it moves into Aquarius. So this is a very, very powerful new moon, and it's kind of exciting. It's very important to put your intentions, because it's all about, you know, it's about material. It's about the material world. It's about finances. It's about the planet. It's about kind of abundance, if you will. So write your intentions down. You know, figure out where you want to be in the next 6 months to a year, even 5 years. Listen, Uranus is going to be in Taurus for 7 years. 7 long years. It's moving out a little bit to Aries for a little bit, but then it's back in, and it's in for the long haul. So this is a very interesting time that we're going into. But I will say, do a ritual for the new moon and really put your intentions. This is what I really, if you get a chance, go to the beach, put your feet in the sand, be grounded, do grounded things. Go put your bare feet in the soil, feel the earth. You have these receptors in your feet, and, you know, allow the planet to heal you and vice versa. Allow the energy to flow. I think it's very important for us to remain grounded during this time. And I think I think we're going to see, you know, Uranus is a planet of innovation, rebelliousness. I mean, there's lots of energy at play here, but I think that, you know, the emphasis is going to be on our planet. How are we treating it? I think new inventions and innovative inventions are going to come out, and I think the focus will be on the planet. I think it's really important to do something, to work with these, co-create with these energies, right? So, you know, Uranus will break up the status quo, the stagnancy. Do something different. Put your life in a different direction. Take risks. Go out and shake your world up. Shake it up in how you how you earn money, how you're living, how you treat the planet. It's like, make those changes, because if you don't make those changes will be made for you. And Uranus isn't like a smooth transition. It's sudden, sharp, you know, shocking changes. Now, if you can embrace the changes, you know, it'll make life so much easier for you. So what an exciting week. What a huge shift in energy. We're really, I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling it for sure. So I think, you know, think about Taurus and think about, you know, their keyword is I have for Taurus, right? So it's all about being grateful for what you have. It's all about, you know, do I really need this? It's like, how much do I use? How much do I need? It's about conserving, I think. It's about being realistic. It's about being, you know, and you think about, you know, the bull in a field who's very placid, you know, eating, you know, grass or whatever, and very walking around really, you know, nonchalantly. And then you put a red flag in front of that bull and it goes charging, goes nuts. So it's about remaining grounded and remaining calm, not reacting, right? It's about keeping your calm in the storm. It's always about breathing before you speak or you act. It's about responding and not reacting. So anyway, guys, this is these readings are general readings. If you would like a personal reading, that information will be below in the description box in the show more section. I'm also on Instant Go, and the link to that will be underneath, and you can ask me a question for like $10. So 24/7, that's great. You know, download that app, it's amazing. And also, if you want to show me some support, check out my Patreon page. I'm on Patreon, and I really want to thank my patrons. You are amazing. Thank you so much. And what else? Yes, your sun, moon, and rising. The information will be down below. And listen, I love to give personal readings, guys. Contact me. And thank you to all those who have. I love you all. I really appreciate you. And without further ado, let's go to your reading, shall we?
Hello, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Now, I'm so sorry this is late. I've been very under the weather and ill, and I am just pushing forward and trying to get these readings out. I'm not well enough to be on the screen. You really don't want to look at me the way I look right now. So anyway, I am feeling a little stronger, a little better, and let's go to your cards. I don't want to have you wait any longer. Okay, the first card out is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands represents confidence, right? But on the shadow side of her, it's kind of ego too. So this is definitely having, and she's ready to kind of take on, you know, she's ready to defend her kingdom. She's ready to take on whatever she needs to take on to defend her stance. Now, with this particular deck, I would, and because the Tower is underneath it, clarifying it, the Tower is about change, and it's about physical change manifesting. I have a feeling that there's a huge change coming for you, and maybe it's happening right now. And whatever this change, whatever's happening during this change, it's really important to hold back on your ego and don't react. This is about responding. It's about having the confidence to stand your ground calmly, serenely, and, you know, because this woman, she's kind of got it all. She's an incredible businesswoman. She's got her children, she's got the career, she's got the home life, the career, she's got everything, right? She's really good at hosting. But cross her, and she is a mighty force to behold. That's for sure. She is very passionate, and she kind of I don't want to say subdues her feelings, but, you know, her passion, she's kind of antsy. She wants to get going. She loves action for the sake of action. So she kind of pushes it down sometimes and kind of keeps it in control. So when the Tower comes up, if there's an incidence of sudden change, which is kind of, you know, in the cards for a lot of us because of, you know, Uranus moving into Taurus. It's a, you know, we've got this new moon in Taurus, even though it's kind of grounded, there are sudden happenings. And this can be, but if you, what I'm getting here is if you handle this in a very calm manner and with confidence, you'll get through this change. Scorpio. So don't be in fear of this change, because when the Tower comes in, you can either change yourself or the things around you will change for you. When the Tower comes in, the change is coming. You can either make the initiate the change, or you can you know, have the change. The Tower's difficult. It can be a very difficult transition. So sometimes when the Tower comes in, it's like, look, the Tower's burning down. That doesn't feel great. But if you've moved house before the tower burns down, then you've already, you're ahead of the curve, right? You're ahead of the wave. And Uranus is all about shaking up the status quo. That's what the Uranus is about. It's about shaking the foundations. It's about pushing you to make change. But if you're making change, you won't be pushed into it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of, don't be in stagnation. Ones are about movement. They're about career. They're definitely about work. So there may be some changes here. And then you've got the Justice card, right? And the Justice card is doing the right things for the right reasons and balancing it. Don't make rash decisions. Think about every decision you make, because every decision has a karmic value, and that's what this is about. And this is a beautiful Justice card. It's got this beautiful kind of triangle going on with the sun and these beautiful beams, and it's a very balanced card, and it's going up. I feel, the triangle in astrology is a very favorable aspect. And, to me, it signifies teamwork. And for some reason, I'm getting the word compromise. So this is about moving forward and doing things and making decisions for the right reason. Now, unfortunately, Scorpio, you're feeling trapped right now. The Eight of Swords has come up for you. And it's like, it's a mental feeling of being trapped. This comes up when it's an illusion. You have to understand that this feeling of entrapment is an illusion. If she took off her blindfold and she really saw the truth for what it is, there's always a way out, darling. There's all those swords. She can cut this rope, and the swords aren't keeping her in. She can just move right past it. So this is an illusion. It's really important that you really look at this situation honestly. Swords are also about the truth. The Justice is about the truth. I feel this is, if something's coming down in judgment for you this week, it's going to go in your favor as long as you handle it with calmness and truth. And stand your ground for what you know is right, but also, well, I'm going to go on to this next one, right? So the next card you got, it's the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about celebration, but it's also about teamwork, right? So this is a beautiful card of celebrating and seeing what's around you and what you have, and it's about looking at your cup as half full. And along with it, in the same position, you got the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is you're being challenged. You are being challenged in some way, usually at work. For this, in career and at work, that's what it usually is. So the Seven of Wands is definitely you are being challenged. Now, you are being asked to take the high ground. You cannot shy away from this challenge. It's a very serious challenge, and you need to go and you need to defend. Now, I say defend. Don't defend it. Don't defend your position in a defensive way, if you know what I mean. This is about coming from a higher perspective, owning what's not what is being challenged. If you've done something wrong, look, if your belief systems are such that you have been taken advantage of and you're defending yourself from that perspective, right? And then they say something, you have to consider what all these people are saying or all these opinions are. And you have to honestly and truthfully look at it and own the ones that you might, own it. It's very important to own what you've done wrong as opposed to, being defensive. Maybe you felt, put upon, maybe whatever you did was justified. Now, it's also not saying be a doormat. So it's very, very important to be balanced about this. You know, stand your ground for what you know is right, but also change the way you're perceiving your belief systems that are set in place, and rethink it and say, you know what, they're right. I need to get the job done. I need to do this. I perhaps should have done this and I didn't. They are right there. However, in this part, I am right, and this is where I need to put my boundaries. It's really about ownership of what people are saying, but not completely taking it on, if that makes any sense for you. So, you know, some things you can own and some things you have to stand your ground, because that's, you know that you're right? But be very careful not to have that childish obstinance in here. This is where you have to be careful. Also here, I'm getting the same kind of messages here for these two. So it's about being confident, but it's also about being humble and about knowing when to admit that you're right. You are going to celebrate this occasion. It's going to really improve. Whatever this is going to improve. And you are it's going to have a favorable outcome as long as you can own what you've done wrong or any mistakes you've made, and defend what you know is right in the right way. And clarifying it is the Queen of Swords, and she's the truth. You know, she speaks her truth. Sometimes, look, you see, this is also, you have to speak your truth with kindness and compassion. She's very astute, she's cerebral, she's intelligent, she knows people like the back of her hand. She can tell you, and it's not from an intuitive aspect or perspective. This is because she has spent years, decades studying people and their behaviors. So she knows when someone's not being truthful. She knows when someone is, you know, full of crap, so to speak. So this is about putting the truth forward, speaking the truth, being honest and truthful with yourself, you know? Very important not to be defensive. Understand you are not trapped, you're a free person. When you come out of this feeling of being trapped and disempowered, you can take your power back. You know, you've got to be confident but not arrogant. This is all about balancing. This is about balancing your emotions. Don't take anything too personally, because that will make you defensive. So you don't want to be defensive. You want to be, you want to speak your truth. You want to stand your ground, but you also want to own, hear what other people have to say and own it if necessary. Don't negate it. You know, be open to hearing that, being open to learning from that. You know, this is like the tower's coming down. There's change happening. Change is happening for all of us, you know. But this change can be as drastic or as easy as you choose it to be. You have the power to make this an easy transition or a difficult transition, and you have to come out of denial, basically, out of your own, you know, you've got to take the blindfold off and you've got to really look at the truth and tell yourself the truth, because we lie to ourselves more than we lie to anyone else. Scorpio, thank you so much for your patience. Oh my God, I so appreciate you. Please don't forget to like this video. Please share it on your social media and comment. Don't forget, if you comment and it's a poignant comment, your name goes into the bag. And next week, when I'm at the United Convention of Astrologers, which is the largest convention in the Western Hemisphere, I will draw it live from there in Chicago. So it'll be, you know, the end of, it'll probably be, I'll do a live drawing, I think on Sunday, whatever day, it's not this, I think it's the I want to say Sunday the 28th or 29th. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, it's around that. It's that weekend. It's that holiday weekend. That's what it is. There's a holiday weekend. Anyway, thank you so much, Scorpio. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.